Hi everyone, Nick DeCourcy with the Bright Ideas Agency here. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the reasons that I think it's really important for you to consider using Power Platform or technologies like it within your business if you're not already. And whether you're an information worker or a team leader, or you're the business owner or the IT person for a small business, it really is vital that you understand the capabilities that technology like Power Platform can give you. As for many organizations, I really believe that these can be game changers in the way that you approach your business and the bottom line results that you're able to get. We're in a situation where a lot of businesses are concerned about the economic situation ahead. And equally, there's still problems with hiring and retaining the right talent. And any way you cut it, tools like Power Platform with automations, with making business processes easier, with making it more straightforward to access your data and to make decisions from it, help you with these sorts of challenges. So imagine you have a situation where you hire a new person to take care of your lawn. And out back in your workshop is your old push-along mower and a brand new ride-on mower that you bought to make sure that the process of doing the lawn is going to be done efficiently and productively. You get to the middle of the afternoon, you look out your window and you see the new person you just hired is really struggling with that push-along lawnmower. And half of your lawn is untouched. You would think that was really inefficient, right? But from my perspective, that's the situation that we see in quite a lot of offices across the world. In that there are processes like entering, re-entering, recreating data that happen. There's mountains of communications that could easily be prioritized by AI, but are flooding into people's inboxes and message queues. And our capacity to be able to deal with these kinds of issues, to deal with this administrative busy work, not only has an impact on our ability to deliver more to the bottom line and to help our customers to get a better experience, but it also can be vital to delivering a good experience to your team. And with the case of something like Power Platform, you could really equate this with that lawnmower, that ride-on lawnmower that's in your workshop out back. These are tools that we all could have access to, that are just sitting in there waiting for us to leverage to be able to do more and to do more efficiently. So when we think about Power Platform, there's a huge amount going on there. Power Automate, Power Apps, Power BI, Dataverse, Power Virtual Agents, Power Pages, the list goes on. But if you're not that familiar with it, there are really three key aspects that I think that you should become familiar with. The first one is Power Automate. And what Power Automate does is gives us the ability to visually lay out our processes and think about our triggers in the thing that starts a process, like someone sends us an email, and our actions or the things that we do as part of our process. For example, we save all the attachments from that email. And to lay those out and to connect the edges with the different services and software that we use to make processes happen without any or with minimal intervention from our teams. So from the very simple, it could be, hey, when my boss emails me, I want to get a push notification on my phone, to extremely complicated processes that would take you hours to complete if you didn't have that automation in place. Power Apps is a visual tool for creating apps that you can use to interact with your data and assist with your business processes. And you can run them on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet. They're really adaptable to take anywhere. And if you're able to create an Excel spreadsheet and enter formulas into your Excel spreadsheet to get out the numbers you need, then you have all of the basic knowledge that you need to get started with Power Apps. It's incredibly powerful. You can do things with Power Apps that a few years ago you would have needed a professional coding team to achieve. And now many of those things you can achieve with no coding experience whatsoever. And lastly, Dataverse. Dataverse is the preferred data platform for Power Platform. But it's also the data platform that's used for Dynamics 365, which is Microsoft's CRM package. So there's a heck of a lot that it can do. It's very, very powerful. And while Dataverse, the full Dataverse, is only available in paid for Power Platform licenses, a new service called Dataverse for Teams is available to pretty much anyone with a Teams license. And that means that you already have the capability to use Dataverse, or a lot of the features of Dataverse, for your own apps, getting the benefit of that extremely robust data platform. So with all that said, all that background, what are the 4 reasons that I think that you need to look at Power Platform? Well, number 1, you probably already have access to it. Around 50% of businesses already use Microsoft's productivity tools, which means there's a strong likelihood that you already have a Microsoft 365 license. And included in the vast majority of Microsoft 365 licenses is at least some of the Power Platform. Enough of the Power Platform to be able to start making automations in Power Automate, to build apps in Power Apps, to build services in Teams using Dataverse for Teams. So it's kind of like that ride-on lawnmower that we have out back. We just need to start using it. We've already got it there. Number 2, there's practically zero learning curve to get started. In Power Automate, there are templates, just like there are in Word. So you can start with automation in the same way that you start with documents. Of, I want my document to look this way, I want my automation to look that way. You click on the automation and you get started. So really you need no skill apart from understanding which services you want to connect together to get started with Power Automate. But even if you're not going to use a template, it can be really quick and really easy. So imagine a situation where you have a customer survey and you want to be alerted by email immediately if someone gives you a negative review. Take a look at this 2-minute example of how to build that. Okay, so we're starting out here with a brand new user, and the only thing in this user's account is this demo survey form, just with one question. Rate the service you received from 1 to 10, 10 being best. And what we want to do is, if a user who responds to this form rates the service as 6 or lower, we're going to send an email to the person who created this form. So let's jump into Office, and we're going to go to All Apps. We're going to find Power Automate, confirm my country. Then we're going to go to Create. So we're going to create a new flow. Let's start the clock. We're going to have an automated cloud flow. We're going to call this flow when a bad score arrives, send email. We're then going to, forms is the first one, so when a new response is submitted, that's going to be our trigger. We're going to create our flow. Then we're going to pick the form. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get an action from forms to get the details of the response. So I'm going to pick my form again, and the response ID is going to be passed from this trigger up here. Okay, so then I'm going to add a compose action. And the reason I want this compose action is I want an expression that is going to turn this response, which is going to be a string, into an integer. So all I do is put the int expression in here. I'm going to come back to dynamic content, grab my dynamic content, and that's going to be turned into an integer. So I can then create a condition, and I'm going to say if the output from this compose here is less than 7, in that case I am going to send an email. So I'm going to grab Office 365 Outlook. I'm going to come down and say send an email. I'm going to send that email to myself. There we go. And I'm just going to say bad survey result. This is what we scored. Now, obviously, you will have more information on your survey than I do. This is just a quick example, so let's go ahead and save this. We're going to come over to our survey form, collect responses, copy, create a new tab here. We're going to go to our form. We're going to give this a value of 6. We're going to submit it. Come back to our flow. And this succeeded. Sent my email. We scored a 6. Let's just jump over to my email. There you go. So that's what you can achieve in Power Automate in around 2 minutes. And similarly, there are very straightforward things that you can do in Power Apps, that you can do in Power BI, that you can do with Power Virtual Agents. Some of them take a little bit longer, but the starting point is very, very easy. These are very, very easy tools to get started with. My third reason is that where you need to learn, the resources to do so are plentiful and easy to access. And this is really a reason that I advocate for Microsoft's technologies practically across the board, because I believe that Microsoft does such a wonderful job of trying to educate end users. And they certainly aren't the only technology company that does this. There are lots that do have very good resources. But equally, there are a lot of technology companies with incredible products, some of them much better than Microsoft's competing product. But their documentation and learning resources is just so hard to access and so tedious that it's really difficult to get started as an end user with those technologies. So specifically when we're thinking about Power Platform, there are some starting points which are part of Microsoft Learn. And the one that I would advocate a lot of people to look at is the PL900 Power Platform Fundamental Certification. And there's a learning path which is part of Microsoft Learn that you can do for PL900. And at the time of recording this video, if you register for and attend Microsoft's video training for the Power Platform Fundamentals certification, then they'll actually give you a voucher to take that exam for free. And links to those resources will be in the information below. But beyond that, if you need more help, then there's so many videos like this one out there that show you how to do things in Power Platform. There's LinkedIn groups, there's meetups, there's blogs. There's so many helpful people that are part of the Power Platform community. It's really easy to be part of that community, and it's really easy to continue learning every day. And beyond that, if you need something more traditional, if you need training, if you need mentoring, if you need consultancy, if you need a company to hold your hand as you develop things in-house, or you want to outsource things and get things developed outside of your business, then there are so many businesses that are able to help you with this as well. My company, Bright Ideas Agency, is just one of them, and I would love to hear from you if you'd like some services from us, but we're just one of many. There's a great community out there of organizations that will help you with Power Platform. And number 4, what I think is the most important reason to be thinking about this is the longer you wait, the greater the digital divide is going to get. These technologies are already pretty ubiquitous, and they're going to become more ubiquitous over time, whether you're thinking about Power Platform or similar technologies that achieve a similar end result from other providers. And the sooner that you jump on these tools, the sooner you start leveraging these tools, the sooner you're going to get benefits from them. So Microsoft gives you lots of tools to be able to implement Power Platform. And one of them is the Center of Excellence, which is a set of tools that helps you to understand how Power Platform is being deployed and used within your environment. But I think it's important that you recognize that this isn't just a technical issue. This is a culture issue and a leadership issue as well. Switching your organization from a top-down approach to processes and technology to one where you create a safe environment for citizen developers so that individuals or teams can build out the tools that they need to do their job. That goes beyond the technology and goes into how you go about creating that environment that will work for everyone and work for what you need to achieve within your organization. It'll touch every area. It'll definitely touch IT, but it'll touch your hiring processes, your training processes. It'll affect lots of pieces of the puzzle of how your organization works and can be transformative. This has given me a set of tools to be able to combine my business knowledge with my IT and technical interest and to build things out and to help people to achieve more. And this is a set of tools where you can combine your business knowledge, your particular business knowledge of your organization and industry, and with your interest in the technology, you can start to build out tools to make your business more productive, to add on to your bottom line, to make your customers happier, and to create a better environment for your employees. If you like this video, then please do give it a like. And if you're interested in content like this, please do subscribe to the channel. And until next time, goodbye.